Silvio Simac, thank you so much for coming on my show. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's been a good, productive few weeks. I've got some exciting projects ahead of me, so all is on point. So it's good. Yourself?
I'm fine. I'm very well, thank you. And it's
Good.
fine. Nice to finally speak. Hit number five because you're number five on my list of
Right.
martial arts legends. I'm going to call you martial arts legends because I've seen. I tell you the truth. The first time I met you, or I saw you, was in Undisputed 2, and that was actually the first time I saw Scott Adkins as well. I mean, I never
Right.
knew who you were. Then I ended up buying the DVD. And, you know, I still love all the physical media back in them days. And when I was listening to Scott Adkins, and I had no idea when he was speaking off camera and he's talking, and he's like, the best fighters from all the prisons come together in this one thing. And then I was like, what, Boyka's British?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's such a great actor. And then
He's from Birmingham. He's from Birmingham. I
yeah,
always lived
yeah.
in Birmingham and born and bred in Birmingham.
Sutton Coldfield, ain't it? Yeah, I did check on his.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Correct.
I
Yeah.
did check the IMDb, Scott. So invite's open for you, mate, if you ever like to come on as well. And but Silvio Simac, I have to say, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thank you. Now, normally, what I like to do now with all my guests, because in my culture and part of my faith is when somebody takes the time out to join you, I'd like to do something for you. So, number one, I like to wish peace and blessings upon you, and wish you nothing but the best. Pray for everything that you wish to accomplish in life, that you achieve it, and that also goes for your loved ones as well. And again, I hope you strive for nothing but greatness for the foreseeable future. Amen to that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Number two is I like to compliment you on all your accomplishments with the taekwondo, with your martial arts background, the movie business, and the fitness plans that you've been doing out there as well. I've seen. I went on your website and had a look at the people you've had the opportunity of meeting. I was like, my goodness, you've met this individual, that individual. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that as the podcast
Sure.
comes along. And number three, because my show is called Chat Over Coffee, I have to ask you an important question because obviously it's about coffee. How do you like your coffee in case we ever have the opportunity of meeting?
I do like my coffee. I always start my day with coffee. Unfortunately, I went through a stage I was overdoing with coffee, which was causing me too much cortisol levels, very high stress levels in my system. So I still drink coffee, much smaller quantities, but I drink it for pleasure.
Same here. I knew I liked you. I knew I liked you already. So moving into
I think I went through a stage.
yes,
I think I went through a stage I was pushing myself way too far and beyond my capabilities, and just to get through the day, I was relying on too much coffee just to get me through the day. But then there was a flip side that actually made me feel worse because there was a downside of crash because too much coffee can drain you of your energy as well. So I went through this struggle for about a year and a half,
yeah.
but I've snapped out of it. If when my body needs time to reset, recuperate, I listen to my body now.
I think the older we get, we still have to keep listening to our bodies and everything. When it says slow down, you got to slow down. But you look
Of
fantastic.
course, you become wiser. That's the wisdom. That's part of the
Yeah,
wisdom.
yeah. You look absolutely fantastic for your age and everything. I have to admit that. You look about my age. I got to be honest with you. So you've
Oh,
done a good job.
thank
No,
you.
no. So
Well,
well, how old do you think I am? How old do you think
oh,
I
you
am?
must be about, well, I would say 32, 3.
You're flattering me, right?
No, I don't know, 35. I'm not sure really.
I like you. I knew I liked you.
Oh,
Yeah, so Matt gave me a compliment. No, I'm actually. Are you ready for this? I'm actually going to be turning 43 in January. Well, depending when people
oh,
watch this.
okay,
Yeah,
wicked. Okay,
yeah,
nice. I think generally men don't start deteriorating until 45.
yeah,
So it's very easy to hide the age until about 45.
yeah,
That's when deterioration starts to show internally as well as externally. But health, fitness, and well-being has always been at the forefront of my life in
yeah.
pursuit of my personal goals, greatness and well-being, and feeling great, feeling top of the world. Because when you're full of energy, excitement, and passion, you can chase your dreams on a daily basis. But if you don't have that energy and that desire, then we all struggle chasing our dreams.
That's great words of wisdom there, Silvio. It was absolutely fantastic. And because, like I said, when I first saw you for the first time, when for a guy your size, I mean, seriously, from here, you're pretty much filling up the whole screen. Then I do mean that complimentary. When you were doing that fight scene with Scott Adkins, which we're going to talk about eventually, that was just mind blowing. Because Scott, I never knew who that Scott Adkins is like. Both of you were like real life superheroes going at one another as well, and that was just without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best fight scenes ever. If you haven't seen Undisputed 2, everybody, I highly recommend it as well. You're going to be blown away by the work these gentlemen are doing in the movie. So, moving on to the interview, what is your martial arts background? Where did the inspiration come from?
I first started off with Taekwondo, ITF Taekwondo, which is not the Olympic style, it's the other style, which ITF, which emphasizes on self-defense as opposed to Olympic fighting. What really prompted me to take up martial arts, I think one of the martial arts films, No Retreat, No Surrender, with
Classic movie.
Jean-Claude Van Damme playing a bad guy.
Yeah.
They kind of inspired me, but my brother and I were picked on the street. My brother was beaten up. Luckily, I escaped with no bruises. But my brother was beaten up in this brutal attack on the street. And this was a pivotal point when both of us decided we have to do something about this to make sure that any future attackers would not put us through what these guys put us through. So I was 12 years old. We decided we're both going to start martial arts at the same time. And we picked Taekwondo. Taekwondo seemed quite spectacular and scientifically sound with what they were coming up with. So my initial interaction with his ITF Taekwondo were competed extensively for many years. But once I acquired black belts in ITF Taekwondo, I wanted to expand my horizon and my knowledge and understanding of martial arts by exploring other systems. So I did boxing, I did Wing Chun, I did Hapkido, I did karate, I did combat self-defense, kickboxing. I trained through so many different systems. Eventually, I acquired black belts in 5 different disciplines. Taekwondo still is my nucleus, although I don't practice Taekwondo anymore because, like most people do who go through martial arts disciplines, they discard whatever they felt doesn't work and implement only things which apply for them and work. A bit like Jeet Kune Do, what Bruce Lee believed in is discard what doesn't work for you and you utilize things which are useful. So keep those things which are useful for you.
That's fantastic. Yes, I'm guessing Bruce Lee and Jean-Claude Van Damme were your biggest inspirations at the time. And I have to admit, I mean, somebody who grew up in the 80s, Van Damme was, and he still is, I have to admit, he was my inspiration as well, him and Bruce Lee. And I did, and as a fellow No Retreat, No Surrender fan, I got to admit, the most show-stealing scenes is when Van Damme's in there, I have to admit. He steals the show.
Absolutely. I agree. And I think we both agree on in 70s and 80s, there was much smaller choice in terms of how many movies were coming out. So any movie that came out, everybody would know about it. Yeah. And I was born 3 months after Bruce Lee passed away. So my first exposure to martial arts actors was Bruce Lee. So undoubtedly he had a huge impact on me as a martial artist, as an actor as well, because first of all, he appeared in phenomenal shape in 1970s. And the sheer speed and power that he moved with was very inspirational, even for a small child. And that's when my martial arts journey really started off. And he inspired me first, and then it came Bruce Lee, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Steven Seagal, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. All these guys had an impact on my future developments.
So we have a lot more in common now from having spoken to you. Yeah, because without a shadow of a doubt, Bruce Lee put martial arts onto the screen. Jean-Claude, on the other hand, as well, he combined. I like the fact that for a guy that big, he's got incredible flexibility, and obviously because he combined both bodybuilding as well as martial arts put together. Arnold, without a shadow of a doubt, put bodybuilding on the map where it is today, and because of him, because of him, people are more and more bodybuilders are coming out. People put shame to the sport back in them days, but Arnold didn't let that bother him. He just carried on going and going and going. Same thing with Stallone. I mean, he's been my biggest inspiration even till today, and he brought the athleticism to action stars that you saw him. Because if you always compared him and Arnold together, Sly always looked more like an athlete. Arnold always looked more like the bodybuilder, didn't he?
Right.
Yeah. So what is your current training fitness regime? Because like I said before, you're still in phenomenal shape there, Silvio.
Thank you. I mean, For about 15-year period, I was doing 2 workouts 5 days a week.
Wow.
I got to a point at the age of about 45, 44. It was taking a big toll on my body. I'm always obsessed with working out, with good nutrition, just the way it made me feel. I never competed in bodybuilding. I competed in martial arts, but nevertheless, it was always a fundamental part of my life, my health, my wellness, my well-being. Um, so I used to train twice a day, 5 days a week, and that took a toll on my body, and my body was releasing too much cortisol, which is stress hormone. So I've had to cut it down to just once a day, 5 days a week. So I'm still training every day, 5 days a week. I do about 1.5 to 2 hours a day, split between weight training and martial arts. So anything between 1 hour 15 would be weight training, and then perhaps 45 minutes of martial arts and stretching. But I stretch every night. When I start relaxing, or if I have some time to watch television, I sit in front of TV and I stretch. I always make sure I utilize every second of my time to make sure I'm trying to prolong my longevity.
Looks like you're doing a very fantastic job then. When was the last time you had your arms measured? Because you got some of the biggest arms I've ever seen, to tell you the truth, Silvio.
To be honest with you, I haven't. Although once I did, someone asked me how big are your arms, and I said I've never measured. I don't really take account of. I don't even weigh myself. But last time I measured, or when it was my biggest, was 21 inches, which is quite a big thing.
Yeah,
But
you
it
can
goes
tell.
to show. I mean, my arms are very much within my DNA. I'm a just natural freak because I hardly ever train my arms. Your biceps, for instance, only 3% of your total body mass. And something I realized very early on stages of my training is if you train your legs, which are biggest parts of your body,
Yeah.
it's going to have a biological impact on your whole body, like a knock-on effect, like a ripple in a pond. Whereas if you train biceps only 3% of your total body mass, you will have a very small aggregate impact on your whole body. So you're much better off to train big muscle groups like legs, back, chest than with your arms. But I know with most men, we get obsessed training arms. I'll be honest with you, I train my arms probably 5-10 minutes a week, even if that, because naturally arms will have an indirect impact from all the other muscles that you're training.
That's a good tip, that is, because it's true. Legs are the foundation of the human body anyway, because there's no point having a big, good, strong upper half and you've got what they say in America. I've read this one. They said dental floss for legs. You don't want that. That's a bad effect to have, that is.